So today, let's keep going with this little devlog series about my current big game project, Matchem, an action chill puzzle game with shapes and colors that will release on Steam at the end of the year. As usual, don't forget that if you want to learn more about the project and support it, you can add it to your wishlist to help it get noticed on Steam. And if you want to go further, you can participate in the playtest for free, and then use the online feedback form to give me your impressions and your ideas for future improvements. This will help me make Matchem even better, so a big thanks to everyone who will take the time to participate. Okay, so last time I showed you my very basic 1-hour prototype that was just meant to try and test the fundamentals of the gameplay and see if it could work. And because it kinda did, I kept going, and the next hour was devoted to adding a core mechanic for the runner mode, the lanes. The idea of these lanes is to allow for more complex levels, and possibly for multipaths with different types of difficulties. Changing lane will also be key in avoiding insta-kill obstacles like walls or spikes. So at first, I added 3 vertical lanes, put my player in the middle at the beginning of the game, and coded test inputs to be able to move up and down a lane at will. I added a nice tuning effect, too, so that the change wouldn't be too sudden. Then I realized that this was a good opportunity to implement my very first special trigger objects, cause those up and down inputs that I was using for now were just temporary test helpers, and ultimately I wanted the players to only be able to change their shape and color. So in fact, to move from lane to lane, you'll need to use little triggers on the way. Now again, at that point, everything was generated dynamically via script, so I just decided to replace some of my procedural gates with procedural triggers and let my game manager auto-create some for me. When the time would come I had an actual level editor, then players and makers would be able to pick the special items from a library of tools and place them in the level where they wanted. But in any case, that's all I had after 2 hours of game making. And I was pretty happy, cause I felt like these extra lanes and objects were already adding a lot of dynamism to the gameplay, and the game was starting to evolve and expand gradually as expected. But of course, generating my levels at random like this was pretty limiting, so I decided that the next order of business was to work on a big feature, the level editor. And that's what we'll talk about in the next video. And in the meantime, tell me, what do you think? Do you like this game concept? Do you have any ideas for features I could add in the game to improve it further? Feel free to tell me in the comments down below or in the feedback form, and of course don't forget to add the game to your wishlist on Steam if you want to support the project. And on that note, as always, thanks a lot for watching and take care.